Somebody gave me a camera a while back, and so every now and then I do silly videos. This is the South Pole. This is the North Pole. Okay. Antarctica, South Pole, North Pole, North America, magnetic north. China. China's done massive construction projects. Lakes, reservoirs, huge ghost cities, concrete being moved all over the place. Let's see if north will stay on top. Nope. It really oscillates. No longer will north stay on the top. It doesn't even really want to come back. It doesn't really want to come back to the north either. Now the skin of the earth is often called, refers to the topsoil, but the mantle is semi-liquid. Could we have a skin of the earth situation where it actually spins when we get the slip of the entire Earth's crust decides it's going to slip off and go a different direction? So yeah, we put South Pole back down here, north on the top. You can't get it to spin with north on the top anymore. Okay, so the mass of the earth supposedly has changed. So let's put north back on the top. Without China's massive construction projects and lakes and reservoirs, the earth starts staying right where you put it, north at the top. Let's call this Jupiter. You may have seen it in the night sky. It's way closer than it's been in a while. The other night I saw one of the moons of Jupiter with the naked eye. About the same magnitude as the little sister, as it's called, the companion star in the middle, star of the handle of the Big Dipper. You might try that in the next few weeks or months, look and see if you can see the moons of Jupiter. You can definitely see them with the binoculars. What got me thinking about the actual precession of the Earth, and how I read an article that said Jupiter was a factor in tugging on the Earth enough to change the shape. Every so often the Earth's orbit changes from more circular to a more elliptical or egg-shaped orbit, and that it can amplify our seasons and maybe throw us into an ice age. Well, we got some rubber rulers going on. I mean, measurements that we can't compare to what's happened in the past because of what man has done to the planet. And you might think I'm talking about global warming. No, I'm talking construction. The mass of the earth has changed. So we'll call this circle over here China. Here's South America, North America. Magnetic north is moving. And I don't think there's an adequate explanation for why it's been moving. But let's spin this and you'll see, and if you've played with tops, if you can spin it good, the north will stay near the top, but it oscillates every so often and comes back to north. Okay, that's what the point I'm making here. It oscillates, but it comes back to the north. If I can get this to work. Now I know I'm spinning it backwards because the earth spins this way. It'll oscillate and then come back to the north. Okay? You see, it oscillates and it comes back to the north. I don't know if you could catch that. North stays near the top. It'll wobble and it comes back to the top because you have a fairly balanced mass. Let's see what happens when we put China on there and all its massive construction that's taken decades to do. Okay? North stays at the top. I'm thinking it's taken decades to change the mass of the earth. It's going to take decades to see the effects. And if you've ever seen a skater skate and pull their arms in, they speed up. When they let their arms out, watch what happens now. We cannot get this globe to spin to where north will stay on the top. In fact, China goes more toward the equator. Is that still on camera? I read a science fiction novel called Down to a Sunless Sea. I'm wondering when we should move there. Peru might be a good place to stop over. The things happen on the earth in slow motion on these massive scales. So what has China done to change the mass of the earth? North could be wobbling off axis. I don't know. I mean, we're talking This is things that could take decades, because it took decades to do before we see the effects. And there, see it, north stays near the top, unless it hits something, like my bicycle wheel there. Or stays near the top and it oscillates around. But as soon as you put a massive weight over here, all these lakes and infrastructure and stuff that China's done has changed the mass of the earth. Research it and see what you can come up with. I'm hearing it from circles that, I don't know if I can believe them or not.